You know about the UX, what is UX, but we are going to see what are different major parts of UX process. I'm going to simplify everything, so we are going to start with what's the problem. Getting insight into a problem, what actually is the problem. This is the first step. Then who have the problem or who has the problem? These are basically our users. Okay. Then we have how it will be used. This is the context. How our users are going to use our camera. Are they going to use it in the rain or something like that? How users will use the solution or how they are going to interact with it. This is basically the interaction, whether they are going to use their voice command or whether they are going to personally input by using their fingers, or whether they are going to vibrate it with your hands or something like that. Okay. So this is the interaction. And then in the end, how we are going to test and improve it. This is usability tests and seeing your users using your products, or if you don't have your product right now, then you can give them similar products or similar websites or your competitors' website and see what are the shortfalls and problems your users are facing. Okay. So this can give you a lot of insight into what is the problem and how you can fix it. Okay. Now, this is a buzzword. You might have heard it a lot, human-centered design. Okay. Now, human-centered design is basically an approach that was adopted by IDEO. Okay. The design team at IDEO. And what that means is actually what they did is they put the human needs and capabilities and human behavior first and then designed everything according to that. Okay. So basically they designed everything around human needs and capabilities and behaviors. There is one more tip I'm going to give you is, even if you are designing for humans, don't forget that there are stakeholders and other CEOs. They have their own goals and they have their own aims in their mind. Okay. So you need to cater for them also. Now let's talk about user context. This is very important. It can change the whole process of your product, or it can add a lot of necessary features into your product. Just think that user context means the conditions and atmosphere and or the room or the office where your product is going to be used. Take an example of a camera. If it's a camera, maybe DSLR camera, and I am a landscape shooter and I shoot mostly in outside. Okay. Maybe I shoot most of the landscapes in the rain. Okay. Then this camera needs a weather shield. These days, a lot of people, they shoot in every atmosphere. They shoot in the sun, they shoot in the rain, they shoot in the sunlight, they might shoot while swimming or something like that. Okay. So these things are going to change the context of yours. Let's take another example of a train booking app. Okay. So you might be in a hurry and you are booking your train while you are traveling. Okay. So there might be noise around you and there might be low signals, Wi-Fi signals. Okay. Or maybe few more constraints, and user context is totally different. There might be people around you. Okay. There might be a lot of noise. There might be a lot of gathering and you are booking your seats. So you need to take care of all these things. You might be in the sun. Okay. So your screen is not that bright, or you are having problems clicking or tapping on different buttons. Okay. So this is called user context. Okay. Now, what are the features of a very good or great user experience design? The only thing about user experience design or great user experience design is our interaction with technology. We as humans make a lot of mistakes. So good design requires communication, especially from machine to person or person to machine, indicating what actions are possible or what is happening right now, what is happening with my app. I have clicked the button. Does this submit my form? Or is it still working in the background? And what is going to happen next? Is it going to charge me right now, or is it going to charge me at the end of the month or something like that? Okay. So these are the things you need to keep in mind that communication between machine and person, or your product and the user, is really important in great UX design. If you have any questions about user experience design, or if you don't understand anything from this lecture, do ask me, and I will be able to answer your any question regarding user experience design. Let's move on to the next lesson.